It's showtime.
Good morning, everyone. Wake up. Not quite so cold out there today. I'll tell you more about the rain in just a moment. Thank you, Zach. All right, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, what do you get?
Oh, shut up, Sierra.
Shut up.
No.
Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM, back in action on this new year, trying to get through it. Still suffering from that defeat, beat down, humiliating loss at Bama.
Oh, yeah, we're losing all our coaches.
What does Clemens and the Moon have in common?
They control the tide.
Yeah, woohoo! Go Tigers.
I think he's a Clemson fan now, Brad.
Hey, Zack, you got to accept reality.
I accept reality. We got beat.
Saban's leaving.
It's the season. Jalen transferred yesterday. The Sun's still
Saban's going to Troy.
The Sun did. It's part of the
Saban's
cloud.
going to Troy.
We're still going to be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get into the weather. I got my guest finally right. You think a man that could climb Mount Everest could get to a studio on time?
He's tired from climbing. What are you talking about?
He's exhausted. So
My
let me cover the weather
goodness.
right now. Y'all hang on.
Cut them some slack. 41 degrees out there this morning, but things are going to warm up just a little bit. We'll see temperatures around mid-40s, and we do have rain, 80% chance of rain today, so luckily not the bad weather that's scheduled that's supposed to be coming in over the weekend, but high temperatures today, maybe 48. Tomorrow, 54. I doubt it. Saturday, definitely rain, and be careful. There could be some severe weather moving on in with a low of 28. Look at Sunday, 34 and 20
Good.
for that low. Still go to church.
I'm going to
Bundle
Alaska,
up.
so
It'll be warm there. SaveWithGloria.com if you want
Well,
to
like I said, when I
refinance
got
that
on my
home.
Alexa the other day, I said, what is the temperature going to be in Kansas City for the championship game coming up Sunday?
You did.
The high of -1. Rob,
Didn't
good
expect to
morning.
hear that.
Morning.
Good to have you back in action.
I'm
When's the last
glad to be
time
here.
you was in our studio?
It's been years.
It has been.
Many years.
Where's your makeup and hair people? Yeah.
We all do that before the show.
We're a little tight on money. We got rid of them.
Get the furlough.
I'm not even getting paid.
Trivia question. Who's he look like? What famous actor in one of my all-time greatest movies?
Yo, Adrian.
Yo, Adrian. Rocky.
That ain't the first time you've heard that, is it?
Look.
There you are.
Thank you very much, Jamie Gloria. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Man, you've been
It
doing a
was
lot
on
of lifting. You must quit lifting.
I wish I knew how to Photoshop. I don't know.
He does appearances for him.
Your hometown is New York City.
New
New York City.
Oh, my goodness.
When y'all late. Wake up.
Don't tell everybody that. Keep it on the low. Keep it on the low. I don't want to-
Him and Joe Carlucci, the only two people I know from up there. So
Where are they from?
we're going to talk to Rob just a little bit. He is a financial advisor now over in East Limestone.
Actually, up in Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Fayetteville, that's right.
A couple of years ago, yeah. Got
moved.
relocated up there. Mhm.
He climbed that mountain, too.
Yeah, he climbed up there.
We can help you
You ain't
climb the
moving to
mountain.
Fayetteville, are you?
No, I'm still here. So,
Good.
And you pastor a church in Decatur.
excellent church, Chapel Hill United Methodist Church.
The only thing I've
Terrific.
got to say against your church over there, I read the article in Decatur Daily.
Yeah.
Your music director.
Tommy Ray.
Tommy Ray.
He's the best. We love Tommy. We love Tommy.
Oh, I love Tommy too, man. He's been up here done our shows. He's still working at Jimmy Smith's, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He said
guy,
Jimmy's.
man. Awesome
Jimmy
guy.
Smith, Jewelers.
So anyway,
Yeah, the jewelers. Yeah.
Still working.
we're going to talk about your trip up Everest because we ran in the few times I've been to the gym. I saw Rob in there warming up to go to Everest.
Yeah.
So anyway, Donnie is Joseph's not here today. Joseph works for NASA. He changed urine to water for astronauts. So
awesome.
we have our own too.
Oh,
so
stop
we
it.
make it too. We got it here. And Greg's a teacher,
right.
coach out at West Limestone. Both of these guys used to work on a submarine in the Navy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
My
Nuclear
dad was a
submarine.
Navy man.
Yeah. So now it makes you feel important. You're up here among,
It's the only way to go.
you're up here among royalty.
Navy. Yeah,
All right, let's go to sports. Zach, let's hear it. Tell me more
Go
about
Navy.
Bama. How we ever going to regroup from that embarrassing beatdown?
Hey, we'll be fine. Welcome to ZTV 11 Sports, brought to you by KFC, the
thought
best
last-
fried chicken in Athens and Limestone
Is Alabama
County,
doing away with the football
and
program?
also by Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We'll be talking Alabama and high school athletics, 10 to 12 on 1080 AM
Women's volleyball.
WKC. Hey, tonight at Greenbrier, if you're out and about, and Alabama fans still like to get together and talk even though we got beat.
Yeah, that's fine, Bob.
We'll have former Alabama great Antonio Langdon will be at Greenbrier tonight. So come out here, Antonio.
How many
And
hush puppies do you eat?
oh, don't ask Coach Pugh or Coach Lang.
Hush puppies are free out there. How many do you eat?
I don't need to eat that
He gets
many.
a
I feel
doggy
like
bag.
that.
All right, Clint, text me.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
text
Clint,
you if
tell
he's
us how many
watching.
he eats.
He'll text and tell you. But Yeah, we won't talk about that. But hey, last night, you don't have this, but Alabama Auburn both won in basketball, if anybody cares. So.
Nobody cares.
I know. No. Yeah, Todd does. Todd loves
Waiting on
basketball.
football season.
As long as you play in LSU, we beat you. That's all that matters.
The big news everybody heard yesterday, Jalen made it official. And if you hadn't read that article in Players Tribune, one of the best articles I ever read.
Yeah, he went from the major leagues to the minors.
He really, it was from the heart. You can tell that kid. Coach Pugh's devastated. Coach Pugh thought he would stay. I told him, I said it was time for him. Yeah, Coach Pugh thought he was going to.
I said all along you'd go to
I said.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I'm a big football fan.
Why wouldn't you?
I said
Hey, the last two.
it was time, and Oklahoma gives him the best chance to play for a national championship. So
He could win the Heisman.
but,
Yeah, the last two have that transfer.
We'll see, but I'll pull for you, Jalen, except when you play for Alabama, and it's roll tide all the
They
way.
beat us
brother.
next year.
But Taj Lapoy is
you
not
pulling for the Saints?
Taj Lapoy, it was announced last night he will be the new D-line coach for Freddie Kitchens with the Cleveland Browns. So congratulations, Taj.
Well, we don't have no coaches at Alabama. Everybody do.
Last one out the door, turn the lights.
Well, I can see Pugh leaving. Pugh's going to be
Yeah,
gone.
Coach
Clint's
Pugh,
going to be
we're
gone.
trying to
All
get him
gonna be over there at
We're trying to
Alabama.
get him hired down there.
Can you imagine that game too?
I'd
Big
get
moment for
tickets.
C.J. Yarborough. He didn't get Mr. Football the other day, but you think about it, he was one of 48 kids out of 31,000 kids that could have been there.
That's a lot of kids
So
that play ball.
big moment for C.J. Love that guy and wish him well up there with Liberty. Bo Nix, Auburn's all excited about this guy. They think he's going to be their next starter, and he was announced as the 37th Mr. Football.
Almost on will say he's the next Heisman winner.
So congratulations to him. And like I said, this is Jalen's quote. Now I'm Bama for life, and that right, they will never change. But it's also time for me to start a new chapter in my life. So
Until he plays
best
Bama,
luck to
then
you,
what's he
bud.
gonna do?
Everybody's still panicking over Steve Sarkisian, but the Atlanta Falcons did have the sixth best. He got fired, but they had the sixth best offense in the NFL last year.
Hired him yet.
They said he's been on the on the interviews.
He's been
of
on
other
interviews for a lot of colleges
offensive
right now.
coaches,
So
And this weekend, like I said, it's going to be some good football, NFL football. Saints and the Rams. Everybody remembers that game they had last time, and the Chiefs and the Patriots. It's going to be cold, and everybody's thinking but hey, that's Tom Brady loves that. That's his type of weather. So what's it going to be? What did Alexa say it was going to be, Jamie?
-1.
-1, so that's going to be awesome. So
It's awesome.
so you don't
that's
say.
back to you.
That's too bad New York City
New York City.
don't have no teams playing real good football these days, right?
Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate that. I love being a guest on your show. I love this. Every time I
See, it's a reason it's been years.
it's either the Yankees or no.
Well,
I like the Yankees. No way, I'm a Yankee fan, man.
Both the football teams are hurting this
I just
year.
want to tell you that
They
it was
are.
50 years ago. I haven't talked much about it, but this past weekend, one of the greatest games in history
Did
of
Clint
football.
text you?
Coach Leg, of
I'm still
course, he's
talking.
watching. Thanks, Coach. Tonight, Zack will eat between 60 to 70 hush puppies and finish it with a bowl of
You
ice
should
cream.
have asked Alexa that. Alexa, how many hush puppies Zach going to eat?
Wait till you see the gift that Todd and I presented Zach with this morning up here to give to Coach Pugh.
Yeah, I'll give that to Coach Pugh.
Oh, my
Matter of fact,
Okay, what
Rodney
was it?
Carrington sang the song.
50 years ago, year before you was born.
Well, the year I was born, actually, 69.
Okay.
So I'm coming up on 50.
All right. Joe Namath
Don't
and the
rush
New
it.
York Jets beat the Baltimore
Yes,
Colts
he did.
in what was probably, they were an 18-point underdog in that game.
Wow.
Joe
If you're
Willie.
an Alabama fan, Joe Willie Namath is the greatest quarterback ever to play football.
Now, you'll
in
have
my
people
opinion.
dispute
And
that.
Dusty's opinion.
And a lot of people don't know, he was one of the first guys to throw for 4,000 yards back before passing was the big thing as it is today.
Oh, yeah.
In the
I'll take
60s,
Peyton
he threw
Manning.
4,000 yards. That's,
And you saw him in
I think
pantyhose
Peyton
too,
Manning
didn't you,
was. Peyton
Jamie?
Manning was good, man. Peyton Manning.
Joe
was good.
He didn't
Namath
hear
was
you,
the
bro.
greatest. He made football what it is. If not for Joe Namath, NFL might probably still be years behind.
True.
Yeah, I can agree.
You
with that.
interviewed him too, didn't you,
I
Jamie?
interviewed him.
He
Naked.
saw him
Sure
naked.
did.
Oh my gosh, Terry Bradshaw's naked all the time. You ought to go interview him.
But Joe Namath, let's see what you got, Brad. You worried me about this photo.
We have to say good morning to Miss Louise Gardner, Thad's.
Oh, yeah. It's one of our
Sweetest.
loyal viewers,
Yes,
and a friend of old
friend.
Thad that was on the show the other day. She came, how do you know those people? They were here last Thursday.
Thank you for watching,
Thanks
Miss
for
Gardner.
watching, Lois. Give you a shout out this morning. I know she said I was her all-time favorite ever person on
I don't
television.
know about
Huh?
that.
All right, I'll take
Hey,
that. When we come
I
back,
thought Bruce
Rob,
Jenner was the #1 athlete in the country.
Oh.
depending on which way he's going. We'll take a break and be right back. Y'all hang on. Let's go, Zack.
Zack!
I hit it. I'm just give it time.
Come on, you still upset about the Alabama loss.
And here we go. One Love here reaches this portion of this program. He'll be with us soon.
He's never coming.
Can you hear me now? Don't get it all over North Alabama. The main one here in Athens. Tell Zeke I sent you over there. Rob sent you a first-time player for everybody else's experience. This is Judge Jamie. It's the #1 game show on Facebook at 6 o'clock in the morning worldwide. This is the wrong answer. This is the right answer. I'm going to ask a few questions out of the newspapers. They still exist, you know.
I still read
They
them.
do?
We had a major announcement this week. Decatur Daily quit delivering, except on Sundays. Now I get it in the mail.
You can watch on. You can check it out online.
You can check it out online.
If you pay.
So I still read USA Today daily. Here we go. Greg, you know, Coach Skipworth, they got a new sheriff in town over in Limestone.
Not
Not
Limestone.
Limestone County.
Not Limestone
Decatur.
County.
It's
Over
over
in there for another 50 years.
Morgan County.
Morgan.
At least 4 more
What's his
years.
name?
Ron.
Gillespie.
Ron Puckett.
Oh, I thought it was.
He was sheriff
Good
of
guy,
Hartselle.
good
I mean,
guy.
sheriff. He was police chief of Hartselle for how long?
15 years. 30 years. 30 years.
13 years.
I was closer.
He had about 30 and 20-something employees. I know Ron, known him since he was a kid, did a story on him. He's a very religious guy. Got a twin brother, looks just like him.
He watched a lot of Heat of the Night, don't he?
Super
So
famous.
I like it. How many employees does he have now?
32. 50.
45.
I was going to say 40.
127.
200.
Wow.
Hey, all right.
200.
Wow.
It's a lot of people.
That
What
is.
miracle on the river happened 10 years ago in New York City?
New York City.
Sully.
Sully landed the plane.
See, that was an easy question.
Yep.
How many people were rescued that day from the plane?
175.
75.
175.
87.
56.
That's it?
I was
Mr.
closer.
Rob, on 9/11, where were you that day?
I was here. I moved here a few months before 9/11.
I was in Dallas. I was in Dallas.
Yeah.
He was.
Giving you.
All right.
I just closed on my house. On my birthday, 9/11 happened 2 weeks. I just brand new house. Yep, just happened. And I was
So
here.
you
So
just moved here.
Just moved here. Yeah.
All right, next question. Oh, I got another question pertaining to that. Y'all bear with me a second here. What was the name of the guy that drove the ferry to rescue the people?
That's from
It's
the
a
Hudson-
famous
that's
name.
the Hudson River, yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Bruce Willis.
Vincent Lombardi.
Vincent Lombardi.
Y'all ever heard the name Vince Lombardi?
Absolutely.
I wonder if he's any kin to.
I don't know. Here we go. All right. 100 years ago yesterday,
You were born.
there was a ban on what nationwide?
Alcohol.
Alcohol beverages, that's right. I watched some of the movie yesterday. What movie portrays a lot of that?
Untouchables.
Untouchables, that is a good one. Alcohol, there it is right there. Busted up some steals. Now, Rob, you may know this, Donnie, because you both like cold weather. Antarctica is losing ice 6 times faster than in 1980. So here's the simple question. Antarctica has lost how many tons of ice since last year? Oh, per year, since 2009.
It loses.
100.
300 million
No,
tons.
it's about
Tons of ice.
150,000 tons.
150,000 tons. That's a good wrong answer, know-it-all. 278 billion tons of ice
That's a lot of ice.
So, oh my gosh.
per year.
We'll be all
It's a
right.
natural phenomenon and ain't.
Just don't buy any homes on the Florida coast
Lord, it's a natural
because they're going to
phenomenon.
be waiting.
That's a
No,
lot
because
about
whatever melts down there, right now Alaska's colder than Antarctica, so it freezes up in Alaska.
I didn't know we would have a scientific deal up there this morning. Here we go.
Global warming is a natural occurrence, and God controls all that. So, move on.
Donnie will be lecturing everybody here before long about the climate control situation.
And sleep deprivation.
The new Ford GT that was, and Joseph's not with us today,
Oh, I
he's
saw that
touring.
article. Yeah.
Yeah, cost how much? The high-performance Shelby GT500 comes with a supercharged.
700 horsepower.
The GT500, though, will cost what?
$132,000.
El Rono, $400,000.
They're coming out with
You
the
know-
electric version.
I didn't read the article. I just saw the
You
article.
know, they just had the car shows in Detroit this weekend, in case y'all were up that way.
Detroit.
No electronic devices can be used during the playing of this game. What is the new?
I'm sorry.
What is the new popular car color for cars and trucks this year?
Copper.
Magenta.
Matte black.
Wrong-o.
White.
Silver.
It is, the official name of it is
Coral.
Sahara. It is a bronze.
Yeah, I thought it was copper. I said copper, same thing. I was closer.
You got to say Sahara.
Sahara.
Bronze.
Sounds like a
What is the number
cactus.
one color in the world for vehicles?
Red.
Silver. White.
Silver.
Black.
Black.
Blue.
White.
White. Red. Black.
Black is number 2.
Roll Tide.
What is Foodgate?
Oh, the White House. They are making. Oh, don't get me started.
Go, Zach. Tell me about it, Zach. I saw on ABC there.
Christine Brennan went off on Feinbaum yesterday about that, and they tried to make it political. When usually when Alabama's win, they said they've never got fed. They get Chick-fil-A, eat on the bus on the way. They've never been fed when they went there.
Trump never fed Bama?
Never got no. Bama, nobody's ever fed them before.
This is the first time.
Bama
Well,
feed them.
ABC
So,
yesterday, they're going to bring them all these chefs are offering to cook them food and all that because Obama.
It's a political thing.
Somebody said it was racist. How's that racist? I love a quarter pounder with cheese and Wendy's. Come on, look at me. Do
All
I
you
look like
need is
I'm
some-
passing
all
up
you need is
a
some
fast
hush
food
puppies.
What we're
joint?
doing, look.
No.
Hush puppies will do him fine.
He even got them some forks to use. In Clemson, that's a rarity.
Yeah.
You know, it's an agricultural store.
Well, they stuck the fork in us, I can tell you that, because we're done.
Y'all done.
USA Today this morning, about how many Democrats are supposed to run for president?
22.
Right now, 25, I
I'd say
think.
20.
20.
30.
30.
Exactly.
31.
30.
How many of them are
I
actually
expected it.
Democrats? Like 1 or 2? The rest are socialists?
What toothpaste company put in their first ad in Super Bowl this year?
Colgate.
That
Crest.
is the right answer. That guy,
That's what I use. That's what I use. I just thought that.
Who's doing their commercial?
Jamie Cooper Company.
Kristen Bell, I don't know.
Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson. what?
Yeah, Luke Wilson.
First time they've ever been in with a commercial right there. All right. Deluxe fishing houses. Y'all know what that is? You know, it's about ice season.
Yep.
Have you ever done
Up there in
that?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
What does one of these deluxe, you used to go out there and you see them in, Grumpy Old Men? That's what they do when they cut the
Yes.
holes.
Yeah, I see them in Alaska all the time out there.
So you see
They
them?
drive their trucks out on the ice and drop this thing and leave.
Yeah. Well, what's the new deluxe houses? About how much they cost? It's got like, about 20,
About $15,000.
$41,000 to be exact. They have a bed, heat, direct TV, everything you ever need. Rob, that concludes the first easy part of this program. Now we move on to the
That
harder
was
questions.
tough. There's some tough questions.
Yeah, well,
I knew Sully. I knew
yeah,
that.
well, these are going to be tougher right here.
Uh-oh.
How much money do you need to earn in Alabama to be considered rich? This was in AL.com.
$50.
A year.
50,000.
No, you need to earn 152,000.
Only a financial advisor would know the answer to this question.
52,000.
Well, rich is a different. That's such a tough word.
It is.
72.
Exactly.
$88,984.
I'm not
No
close.
wonder. Because I honestly think that they think I'm Bill Gates because they tax the crap out of me.
I'm way below that.
You could be Bezos and his new woman.
Well, yeah.
That's because you choose to wear the taxable colors in this state.
No, I
Only
don't.
2 guys up here will know the answer to this next question. A World War I German submarine has emerged. It shows its surface it comes to the surface about every 2 or 3 years.
Off the coast of France.
It's a UC-61. There it is right there. What was the dive time of that submarine since you guys were
32 minutes.
How
long you can stay underwater?
No, how long did it take it to go down?
Oh, probably more
50
than-
seconds.
No.
I'll let you have it, Greg. That's a good answer. 48 seconds.
Oh,
to be
right
exact.
on.
What was the depth that it could go down?
200 feet.
370.
Donnie's closest, 160 feet.
That's,
All right, here we
sounds
go. A little real estate question in here this morning. Shaq's got his house for sale in Florida. He bought it for $4 million 26 years ago. What's he want for it now?
8.5.
37 minutes.
11.2.
$22 million.
Wow.
I doubled mine, I got it.
Only a financial advisor could afford it.
No.
How big
No
is his?
financial advisor.
How big is his garage? How many cars can you put?
10-car garage.
15,000 feet, 50,000 square feet.
17-car garage, 6,000 square foot basketball court, and 12-bedroom, 35,000 square feet.
Where is he moving to?
He's got a house
Well,
like yours.
he's got a couple of houses.
He's got a house like yours.
If you're looking for a house about that size in Athens, give us a call or Bo at Marmac Realty.
I bet the ceilings are real high.
Shaq is watching the sea level rise from Antarctica, so that's why he's selling.
Gomer's oceanfront Hawaii home just sold.
Golly.
Do they get
Shazam.
Do they get that?
Golly. Shazam, Jamie.
How much did it sell for?
$22 million.
$12 million.
Closer. Nobody else answered.
All right. Florida man, 37 years old, was charged and put in the back of a police car for illegal window tinting. But he got arrested, but now they got another charge on him. When they pulled him over and got him, he also had 40 grams of cocaine on him for window tinting. What did he do to get an additional charge for while he was in the back of the car?
I'm not saying.
I'm
not even going there.
He cussed the cop.
He pooped.
He cussed the cop.
He got his butt whooped, looked like to me. He got a black eye.
He ate a big bite of the police car out and chewed the seat up.
Oh, in the back of the police car. I thought
He was high on that cocaine.
All right, here we go. Last question, Rob. Since nobody was a real winner today,
Winner take all.
winner take all on the last question. And all you folks playing worldwide this morning. Here we go. This is a good one. In Germany,
Uh-oh.
Which part? Munich?
40, don't matter what part it was. It was at an airport. 43-year-old man, German man, was arrested because security noticed a bulge in his pants.
John Holmes. Was it?
What was the problem?
He was impersonating a banana.
Was he the guy who carried the gun from Atlanta? Was that the fella?
No.
No, that was Tokyo. No.
The guy was spotted because he had a bulge in his pants. Only Clint Legg would probably know the answer to this.
He had a slab of bologna.
He had that.
Oh, he had a slap bologna, all right.
Wow.
He had a live boa constrictor in his pants trying to smuggle it in.
Buddy, ain't no way.
Also known as a trouser snake.
A snake. Are you kidding me?
John
That's
Holmes,
crazy.
it's a trouser snake.
What an idiot.
That's crazy.
All right, I got to go
Ain't
repent.
putting no snake
All right.
in there.
We'll take a break, come back. Thank you, Clint Legg, for watching this morning. Y'all, hang on.
Go Tigers.
Good morning, everyone. 41 degrees out there. Not too bad. Feels quite nice, but it's going to warm up a little bit more today. 48 for your high today. We do have rain in the forecast, though. That's 80% chance of that rain. Not this morning, though, so we're okay out there right now. Tomorrow, 54 for that high, 48 for the low, and then Saturday, 61, 28 with the low, and we could see some severe weather, so keep an eye on that. And if you need to refinance Hometown Market, says give them a call, or you can go to savewithgloria.com. Just fill out your name, address, and phone number, and we'll give you a call back to get the process started.
Hey, I've just noticed the weather's going to be kind of cool here coming up Sunday. And Monday morning, obviously, Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I just happened to see a picture in one of the Ronnie Marks and them walking with those big coats on like they always do.
Yes, it was always so
Y'all know
cold.
about how cold it's going to be this Monday morning?
Sunday and Monday
on that
morning.
march around the
It's
square?
always cold for
It
that.
always is. I won't be there this year. I
No,
won't be there this year.
You weren't there last year.
I've covered everything there is to cover in Limestone County. And
Yes, you
we
have.
have over the last 15 years.
Couple times.
More and more. But anyway, Coach Skipworth up here. What's you out of school Monday? What's the latest at West Limestone?
Well, we are practicing for indoor state finals that are February 1st and 2nd. And it's funny because one day they'll go out there and run and they'll complain because it's, 35 degrees, and then the next day it's 52. So it's Alabama weather is all I tell them,
All right.
You're
I've
right.
high-headed fine
You're
Bama
right.
because anytime Bama gets beat, I'm fed up with football until I get over it.
You don't wanna hear the
So now I'm
callers?
on Hallmark.
All right.
Watch them feel good.
You dropped pretty far.
Yeah, so I'm on Hallmark, so I don't want to do fine Bama. But what's the latest on there? Is he down in Alabama? Is he getting a lot of, because you're personal friends with him?
Well, you got and every day is different on that show, and you never know what's going to happen. And I think that's part of the draw to it.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable, and there's every fan base has it, and Alabama has a large segment of people that are never happy. And we've done something that probably won't be repeated in our lifetimes. And they,
Yeah, we got beat 4 touchdowns.
and so Paul is a master.
Manipulator.
Well, I was going to say interviewer, and he knows how to, if you watch the TV portion of his show, you can see him manipulate or, more likely steer the conversation based on the sarcasm and wit he uses. And some people don't see the show, they hear it, and so they think he's being serious. And so a bunch of Alabama callers took him to task, more so than what we would consider acceptable. So I just called in yesterday and said, hey, you're a good friend. He is. And, at the end of the day, all we're whining about is losing the championship game. How many other teams had the opportunity to do that?
We can't win them all. I saw something on Facebook. Of course, when you see it on Facebook, you never know if it's true or not, where it said, this was a quote from Paul, and it said, Alabama is judged against perfection. Everyone else is judged against Alabama.
Yes, you're right. And he said that. He said it the other day. The problem when you lose, it's not that you lost, it's that you lost by 4 touchdowns.
Right.
Which is horrible.
Because it's never happened before in his tenure.
Well, good, it's humbling. Maybe
But
it'll just make him
yeah.
stronger. I mean,
But I
you can't
guarantee
win
you
every
this,
game.
Coach Saban is going to use that as a bludgeon all season
He'll
long.
have to, because
Who are
everybody
gonna
else is
get
going to be
coaching
watching
in there?
it.
Is that they're just making stuff up that's not going to be that hard of a deal, or nobody wants to work for it?
I think people want to work for him. I think that the media are blowing out of proportion. One of the things you have to take into account when you talk about Alabama is that the fatigue is not only fan-based, it's media-based. And a lot of these media types, they went to school places, and they want to see someone else win it. Well, someone else won it, but it's still, anytime the king loses, you want to beat down. I remember, after they won in 2012, they didn't go, or they lost the next 2 years in a row, and everybody was saying he's done with. And, of course, they won the following year and then won again. So
And we should have won it this year, but Clemson was just a better team on that day.
Right.
Much better. All right, Coach Skipworth, good to see you. Tell Paul I said hello when you see him. Rover from New Hope.
I will do that.
Well, tell you what, coming up next, our special guest is our old buddy Rob Phraner from right here in Athens.
Yes.
Went to Mount Everest. Now, he didn't go to the summit, but he got close.
He went.
We're going to hear as a prayer walk, too. We're going to hear all about that coming up next. Y'all, hang on. And back here this morning, we're going to talk to our buddy Rob Phraner. Rob used to be the minister here full-time minister here in Athens at one of the local churches, and advertised with us, came on the show. You buddy
When you
Hershey
like the
Reed, mine,
sound?
your buddy, and
Yes.
golly, that was a long time
It
ago.
was.
Yep, sure was. And now I'm in Decatur, Chapel Hill United Methodist Church.
Give a shout out to Tommy Ray this morning. He's your music
Yes.
worship leader over that way. He does a great job.
Tommy's
One of our
awesome.
old
He's
buddies.
a good
Yep,
guy.
yep.
It's amazing how many people you associate with over the years that
Yeah.
somehow they're still connected, doing something maybe a little different. You haven't seen them in a long time, but everybody's still doing something.
And everybody knows you, which is funny.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, like that's all Jamie show. Yeah, so your reputation's great. So
Well, thanks for stretching out there and putting your
Yeah,
reputation online. Randy and Rob the other day at Sports Fit, we were over there a couple months ago, I guess. Rob's in there just working out, working up his sons. What are you doing? Well, I'm getting ready to go Everest. I've always said I wanted to do that.
always wanted to do
just
that.
to say I wanted to do it. Usually, I didn't think now with Everest you can only climb in like April and May. Is that when you're going to summit?
People summit all during the year, but that's the most popular time, is
Okay.
April and May. We went in late October, early November, which is the end of the season. It gets too cold, to go up.
How
But there-
cold was it when you were there?
When we started the trek, it was comfortable, like high 30s, low 40s. Nights was 20s, 30s. But as you get higher, it got down to single digits daytime and negative single digits nighttime. So as you get to the...
Can you feel the difference in your breathing?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, we're about to get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna
okay.
set this up.
Yeah.
Now, the article in Decatur Daily says a prayer walk up Everest. You had a friend over there.
Jason, we went to graduate school together.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had a friend over. He invited you over.
Well, we just planned on visiting at some point in our lives, just to visit him and his family. And I called him and said, hey, it's a good year. My kids are in college. And he said, hey, while you're over here, do you want to go up to Everest Base Camp? So that's how it started right there.
Now, Everest Base Camp, that's where you can go that far without having to do oxygen, right?
Pretty much. There are some people that have trained that can go higher than that without oxygen, but that's where oxygen's at half the level it is here. And that's where life ends. Like there's no life past, like at that point.
All right, like Gloria
So-
just asked you, how tough is it breathing when you get to that point?
What did it feel like? Was it scary?
It is. The air is so thin that just a few steps and you're out of breath. And you can train all you want at sea level. And I even use an oxygen mask at the gym, to restrain the oxygen, whatever. Look like one of the villains from Batman, Bale or whatever, having that thing on. But the breathing is so tough. Your heart is racing all the time, even at night. So mentally you think you're having either a heart attack, an anxiety attack. You have to overcome a lot of stuff mentally. Like as well
Because
as
you're probably
physically.
thinking, I know they warned me about this, but my body feels different.
Oh.
And what if I'm really having a heart attack?
And that's what people do. People have strokes and heart attacks. It's very common. The helicopters and the health issues are...
Now, when you're going over there, you fly over, you train for how long to get in shape to go?
Well, I try to work out regularly anyway,
Right.
but, so pretty much the last 6 to 8 months, pretty much I put an
So
emphasis
you
on it.
fly into Nepal, or where did you go into?
2-day trip. Flew into Qatar, Doha Airport, Qatar first, then flew into Kathmandu, and then in Kathmandu you have to catch another hour-and-a-half flight, which if you Google it is the scariest flight in the world. So
Why?
The airport's so short. isn't it?
you landed in an airport that we would not call an airport, but it's called Lukla Airport. Most runways in America are flat and wide. This was like this. You land on an incline into a mountain. Either side, you fall straight into the mountain. You die.
Dang.
So that was mentally to me the airport, and plus they don't use navigation. The pilots are just doing it by sight. So if clouds roll in, you're in trouble. So that airplane ride was the thing.
No navigation to guide you in?
They just
Now, what are you thinking at that moment when you're getting ready to land?
man,
Pray,
stick
pray,
that
pray.
landing, man. That's all I'm saying. Stick that landing to the pilot.
So you get with your friend, and then where do you progress from there to get to base camp? How's this work?
We land at everyone goes through Lukla. That's the airport everyone lands at, and then they trek up. So it's probably 3 miles a day or so. Probably it was 9 days.
Miles?
Probably about 20 to 25.
It takes that far just to get to base camp.
Yep, because you're always zigzagging through the mountain, crossing suspension bridges hundreds of feet above. There are things that you do out there that if you're here, you would like get afraid of maybe. But when you're there and you're so focused on the mission, like I was crossing bridges, I'd be scared to do here, But when you're there, you just go through it.
Now, do you have phone reception this whole time you're out there? We have some pictures too. I think we're going to
Sure.
show as you're.
I didn't know
talking.
what to expect. I had no clue what to expect. But over the years, it's gotten more westernized. So yeah, there's some cell phone reception at certain points along the way.
Are you in awe of the mountain the whole time we were there?
Incredible. That's. I was telling the lady who wrote the great article for the Decatur Daily that all you're really doing is focusing on your next step, because there's rocks, there's you're crossing the
Are there a lot
stream.
of people there as you're doing this too?
There's you see people, yeah, absolutely.
Now, was this in the...
That was Lukla. I was right outside of Lukla Airport.
Okay.
Those children, and you
Now-
walk right past their house. They were just so cute.
From where you were to Summit takes how much longer?
All right, well that could take another 6 to 12 weeks. That is
Get out that long?
to summit mountains like Everest. You have to be a full-time climber with sponsors. You have to be
'Cause it
wealthy.
takes, what,
You can't really have a job.
It takes like $150,000, doesn't it?
They have a license. You have to get a permit basically to summit. It's about $50,000.
And then you got to pay all the Sherpas. We'll get into
All
that in
that
just
stuff
a moment.
and all the equipment. So and you have to have. You really can't have a job like we have jobs. To get to this to be a summit, you know, it
All
takes
right,
a lot of.
You were at 10,000 feet, right?
Now that picture there, when I talk about that fella, that was
Going back, Brad.
That was a.
Go back to that back picture.
Not that. No,
one.
not that.
This guy here is the oldest Sherpa still living who went
Yes.
up with Sir Hillary.
Yes, and that was,
1953.
to meet him kind of by accident, basically, after the second day of hiking, stopped by like a little village. There is like a village up there, Namche Bazaar. It was really cool. And we
You went up the mountain?
Yeah, and there's kids and little shops and kind of carved right out of the mountainside. It was really cool. But we met him at his restaurant and hotel, and he said, hey, I'm like the last
He has a
survivor.
restaurant?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
When I say restaurant, it's not like here.
Oh.
All right,
It's
but
just like a
it's a
shack?
place.
But it's the only place to eat there.
Yeah, like you can have like bottled water and they'll save rice and some whatever, but it's not. It's just
It's
different.
food.
It's different, yeah. But and I say hotel, it's a place to sleep. No heat. It's just whatever. But he was telling us stories about 1953. He was a young man. He was 20, and there was 400 porters carrying kerosene, food, supplies. And 15 guys were carrying just the silver pieces to
Right,
pay
to
the
pay them. I
workers,
saw that
which
chart.
he was telling details I never heard of. And his stories were that was the highlight of the trip for me. To me, and
Really?
the culture of the Nepalese.
Now, what's
was
the part I
polite.
read that you tell the story about him, and they got the 400 porters and then the Sherpas that go all the way up to the top, some of them do, that they were going to cut trees down as they ascended, and they got up there was no trees. Somebody had to go back down.
Well, yeah, from base camp where we were at to base camp 2 is like 1,500 more feet, and that's where a lot of deaths begin to happen, and a lot of, Anyway, so they got up to this place, and they saw a crevasse. They couldn't pass it. So there's no trees up there. There's nothing. He went down with a few other guys, went back down to Namche Bazaar. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, this is going up, then back down, chopping down trees, bringing the lumber back up to build a bridge. It's just amazing.
But I saw that, and of course, I read all these articles about Everest because it's amazing people do that. Now, about how many people summit a year?
I don't know,
Couple
but,
hundred,
but,
isn't it?
but it's not a lot. Most people I met, like these teams from Germany, Switzerland, Japan, base camp is the goal of most
Right.
really great climbers around
Where
the
you
world.
went.
Yeah, but the serious people, the ones who are really climbers, go to the summit. They're the ones that
And
are
if you die,
incredible.
they still leave you there?
Yep.
Where do you go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
On something like that. I mean, seriously.
Well, if you're climbing, like say in Alaska, like Mount McKinley or Denali, there are no places to use a restroom. They want you to bring a container and use that. Here, because of all the last 50 years, 60 years of Westerners going there, they have these little places along the way you could go. So, but it's crude.
Was there a lot of
I was gonna
trash?
say, how do you get
there?
behind something?
'Cause I hear that over the years, the trash has just built up there.
I did not know. Now the picture, it's funny, the picture people ask me about is that one on the cover.
Right.
It looks like a used car lot with those things there.
Yeah.
But actually that is Buddhist prayer flags that just
Okay.
happened to fall because of weather.
The one that's in the paper.
So it's not really trash. It's just Buddhist. Yeah. So there wasn't much trash on the way.
All
No,
right.
it was pretty
Let's
good.
talk about a little bit from the religious aspect of this
beautiful
that the girl
shot.
wrote the
Yeah.
article about. What was it like being a preacher and everything, going up there as close as you're going to get, basically?
Yep. It's probably like the 4th highest spot in the world. Besides the summit of Everest, I was below it. There's Mount McKinley, 22,000, and there's Kilimanjaro in Africa, which is 19,000. So you're at highest I'll ever go. It was really the will to keep going. When your body is craving oxygen and it's not getting it, you have to stop. It wears you out. And it's just that, it's almost like life, that in life in general, whether you're a Christian or not, you have to just push yourself to get through things. And that's how it was. You have to push yourself to keep sometimes it's one step in front of the other.
It's that
tough.
difficult.
Yeah, you just have
So
to
fat
focus.
people ain't going to make it.
Well, there weren't many overweight people up there. But
So how long did it take you to get to base camp?
9 days.
9 days. So you're saying it would take how much further to summit?
Oh, it would take anywhere between
7 weeks?
I would say a couple months, 8 weeks minimum.
It's that difficult.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It really is. When you can't breathe, you just realize how great it is being at sea level. Like, breathing was the hardest thing. And high altitude sicknesses, I heard all about them before I left. And
Now, you got sick.
I got sick. And it was pretty much the last couple days. And you can't do. This is when you realize all the stories of people passing away. At base camp, you know, they just get a sickness. They can't. It just hits you really fast. I had a really high fever.
You get scared?
I was going to say, not just
Yeah.
like a cold, but you
Yeah.
had a high fever and just...
It starts at 14,000 feet. To me, 14,000 feet is when you get the massive headaches. And a retired Air Force person trained at Colorado Springs said they put the guys in chambers, pressurized chambers at 14,000 feet, young pilots, and that's when disorientation begins. They can't sign their name. They can't do a kindergarten puzzle.
Really?
So 14,000 when your brain starts to get affected, and the higher you go, it just gets...
Are there any doctors anywhere nearby, or are you on your own?
At a certain point, you're on your own. You are up there on your own. And that's when I got, so it starts with the headaches, and then I was getting really massive earaches. Then I got this really, I don't get nosebleeds, but I had a massive nosebleed. And I knew my body, my head was just feeling like it was in a vice. And your heart's racing. And then I got like about 103, 105 fever. I got so, the sickest I ever got.
So are you not saying, okay, we got to turn around, let's go back?
Well, guys talk about it, but I was like, there's no way. I'm like, there's no way. I got too close. I wasn't going to stop. It's mind over matter at that point.
There would have to be.
Yeah, I forced myself that last day to get out of the sleeping bag and go.
At any point did you say, I'm coming back to Summit one day?
Never. Never. No, that's not a dream of mine. It really isn't.
Was going back down as easy as getting there?
Well, because we were sick, I said, hey guys, you know, let's. Plus, there was a scheduling conflict. We had it all mapped out, but we missed the day by accident. We were kind of running out of time. So 3 of us got very, very ill. So we could have climbed. It takes like 3 days to climb down. I said, guys, if we're sick, let's just rent a helicopter. So I said, let's just do it.
Oh, so you can't, that's an option.
Well, really, the fella we met a guy who said his brother does it. I guess it is an option. We asked, or this guy told us about it, and so we flew. It was the best. I'd never been in a helicopter before. That was the highlight of my trip. It was like we were right by the mountains, and
You take a helicopter right here.
That was our highlight of our trip in Vegas.
oh, I loved it. I loved it. So I'm glad. Like that'd be part of my next trip was me to plan that. But we had the fellow who planned it. We planned it together. We missed a day, so people had to make flights and get out of there. So we.
Now, when people summit, what I know, they stay up there only a short time.
We were at base camp for 30 minutes. The picture you see in the front, yeah,
Okay, so
you're up there and you
stay
leave.
there 30 minutes.
Yeah, when you go up to the top, you can only spend 15 minutes or so at the top.
very top.
29,000, yeah. There's just no air. There's nothing.
How long did it take you to get unsick, to get well?
I was sick that last night. The next day was our last day. We were going to go see the base camp, you know. So I drug myself, got dressed, started to go. Once I saw base camp, it's like you felt like a relief. So I started feeling better that next day, just going to base camp.
So that's base camp right there.
Yeah.
How would you describe, like Dory just brought up, how would you describe your whole ordeal? Was it worth it?
Oh, yeah. The sick part was just a small part of it. Okay. The whole part of seeing the mountains, it's like an outdoor cathedral. That's where the religious part comes in. When you look around and see this sky's a little bluer than it is here. It's a royal blue. It's beautiful mountains with the snow cap. It's like being in an outdoor cathedral.
Pictures don't do it justice, doesn't.
And so that was something I would do.
Is it hard to believe that people would pay a couple $100,000 to
almost
summit,
die?
and then when the people all around them are kind of poor too, aren't they?
Yeah, Nepalese country
Yeah.
is basically. Well, it's a challenge, you know. It's like it's there. That's why I went. It's something you just want to do, to see if you could even do it.
All right, adrenaline junkie, what do you do next?
There's 2 or 3 other mountains to climb.
I'll just sit in my easy chair at the house. No, I would think about doing some other things, but I'm not one of those guys who jumps
Okay.
on. I don't bungee. No, that's it. That's sheer will to get up to that point, and that was great to do. So.
Wow.
Well, congratulations. Glad you came up to tell us all about it. It's good seeing you again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great seeing you. Yeah, it's great. Thank you for allowing me to share the
Preaching
story.
on
And
Sunday,
Great
so
Yep.
story.
when's your church when you preach it on Sunday morning?
10:30, Chapel Hill Road, Chapel Hill United Methodist Church, right behind the mall, a couple miles behind the mall.
And if somebody wants to invest a few dollars with you, you'll take that too, right?
Edward Jones up in Fayetteville. That's right. Yeah.
Tennessee.
If I could help, I'd love to help.
Oh,
And I gotta say,
great
Rocky
story.
movies, my all-time favorite.
Yo, Jamie, how you doing, huh? Thank you for having me on this show, you know?
It's always good to see you. I bet you hear that every day, don't you?
Once in a while.
All right, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
you're
You
I
guys are
can't
great.
hardly climb up the stairs at home. Get up on the set and here, Rob, good to see you, man. God bless you. And that was a
Wow.
great telling
Thanks
the
for
story.
sharing
I
it.
appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. Yeah.
We'll take a break. We'll be back next week.
Next week.
So I don't know nothing happened. NFL playoffs. It's just going to be -1 in Kansas City.
Gonna be
Of
cold.
course, I'm a Patriot fan, but don't really care. But I'm a big Tom Brady fan. So and then football's about winding up for us. But anyway, a lot of people off on Monday because it's a holiday. Martin Luther King will be off that
Enjoy
day,
the
too,
long
by the
weekend.
way. So we'll see y'all next week.
Bye-bye.